Storytime by Augie Dog. So gather around me, both fillies and colts, unless you foals are total dolts, and listen to stories of friendship galore, the kind that shove you out the door, while bucking you sideways and stomping your head, until you're well and truly dead.
Oh, Discord, please, let's keep this nice. No ponies going to die, no badgers, bunnies, squirrels, or mice. They shouldn't even cry.
Why, certainly, Fluttershy, don't carry on. I'll look the king, but play the pawn, my sweetness exploding from pore and from throat, describing matters so remote, you'll never connect them to here or to now. I'll only speak as you allow.
I'm sorry to insist like this, but children truly need uplifting stories full of bliss to grow in them like seed.
And so it shall be, with a laugh and a dance. I'll conjure such a joyful trance that darlings will howl to the literal skies. They'll stomp their hoofs and rub their eyes, and ponder the history we shall explore. I doubt I'll even leave them sore. I'll set you a scene both of beauty and peace, enchantments flowing ne'er to cease, where virtues unnumbered can wallow and snort, a pony paradise, in short. Some ages ago, and some distance away, I make all seemly haste to say, in fact I'll commit that most hideous crime, and start it once upon a time. Employing the magic of wordcraft alone, I'll name each flower, carve each stone, provide such a picture of Canterlot town, you'll smell its class, so world-renowned. Or else I'll just say it was buildings and junk that shone with light and hardly stunk. A boring old place full of boring old folks who drowned in frowns and choked all jokes. And yes, my dear Fluttershy, sweating so sweet, for all I swore to be discreet, my conscience declares I must only speak truth, a throb like some impacted tooth. The ponies back then, they did nothing but bore, and none among them knew this more than children exactly like these here today. In fact, I'd even have to say,
A story, Discord, that's the thing we're wanting, if you would. Or maybe dance, or maybe sing, just something short and good.
A story, of course it shall be. Adventure, oh, most certainly. Beginning with Peony, that was her name, a filly none would ever tame. Observe her, as I did, and wonder anew, just who was really fooling who. Yes, follow me back to old Canterlot town. Behold our girl, her silken gown, a tiny bit frayed, but a unicorn still, although her home was down the hill. Our Peony never would let herself mope. She laughed at those who called her dope, and kicked rotten pumpkins at most of them too, until the bastards dripped with goo.
The what? The what? Oh, Discord, please, I asked you to refrain from being naughty. Must you tease and treat me with disdain?
Forgive me, my dear, when you're right, then you're right. From here I'll keep my focus tight, and talk about Peony going to school to learn such wisdom as that fool instructor of hers wished to stuff in the heads of foals who newly shoved from beds, would rather be anywhere other than class, imprisoned where that boring ass, or donkey I guess is the word you use now, to speak of those who, like the cow, participate fully in civilized grace, although they aren't a pony race. A donkey, I say, who, while pleasant enough, possessed a drive that made him tough. His students would groan, they'd despair, they'd lament, and stumble home, their brains all spent. Our Peony, though, was the loudest of these, and often dropping to her knees, she'd raise to the skies such a piteous prayer, requesting, please, that someone there deliver herself and her friends from their fate. That space did roil and coruscate, it gave with a belch, and so delicately expelled a creature known as me.
You mean that's how you first appeared? A filly prayed for you? I'm sorry, but that's kind of weird. You're sure this story's true?
As true as the skirts that the butterflies wear, I answered swift this maiden's prayer. Withdrawing myself from a wrinkle in space, I bowed to her astonished face, declared that I'd come just as quick as I could, and told her all would now be good. Your fears you may banish, your worries dispose, for I shall vanquish all your foes. Well, you can imagine how Peony cheered. I doubt that she would call me weird, and dancing together the rest of the night, triumphantly at dawn's first light, we galloped away to the schoolhouse's door, to give the blighters there what for. Alas, she'd forgotten that class was at 8, and so we settled in to wait. Except, as I'm sure all you children recall, to wait is never fun at all. We started to dance, but the neighbors complained. Your music gets the sky all stained. It's stupid, it jostled me straight down the stairs, and sounds too much like singing bears. The bears that I'd conjured, I fear, took offense, and then, well, things got slightly tense. For Peony laughed, and she urged the bears on. Destroy their gates, uproot their lawn. We'll show all these ponies what happiness means. Behave, my bears, like wolverines. The rampaging mob of them flooded the streets, disturbing Canterlot's elites, ignoring my cries that they please quiet down, and waking the entire town.
My goodness, bears and everything. I must apologize for doubting, Discord, that you'd bring a story worth a prize.
A prize would be nice, or a sandwich or 3, remembering this especially. The horrible way I was stabbed in the back, betrayed by one who had a lack of kindness and mercy and other such stuff. So here's the part where things get rough. Aghast at the havoc that Peony wreaked, I summoned all my strength and tweaked reality's face, set her straight and unbowed, to stop the strife and calm the crowd. Unfortunately, in my haste I forgot what looks okay to me does not resemble the order you ponies enjoy. I fixed it all, but then, oh boy! The lawns I restored grew up prickly and red, with trees of glass, while frosting bled in artful displays from the holes in the sky, as cotton candy clouds rolled by. Serene and bucolic, I thought at the time, but ponies screamed about my crime. Of course then the princesses chose to appear, their magic bright, but touched with fear. I tried to explain I could put it all back. Their horns let fly their first attack. I tried to explain I was Peony's friend. She lied and cried, "Oh, make it end! This monster's a fiend who has led me astray, and stolen all my will away. He's filled me with hate since the day I was born. Ashamed to be a unicorn."
Oh, Discord, it's terrible. How could she be so mean? It must have been unbearable to sit through such a scene.
Her gesturing hoof gave me no place to hide. I stood there, stony, petrified. The princesses hugged her, and Peony wept. 11 ponies came and swept my statue away to be set in the park for centuries of rain and dark. And why, little children, was I so misused? For friendship's sake was I abused. I trusted this Peony, gave her my heart, and she returned it torn apart. An innocent creature, I answered her call, and sweetness led to my downfall. Attend to my warning before it's too late. Avoid your friends, avoid my fate.
Avoid your friends? Oh, Discord, no, that's not the lesson here. Perhaps you meant take friendship slow, to learn that it's sincere.
Conclude what you want, but I've spoken my piece, and somehow made my pain decrease. She's gone after all, for these thousands of years, her selfish prayers and phony tears, unknown in the age we inhabit today, where only honest ponies play. We're good little children who never act fake. Hooray for us! Now, who wants cake?